Alright, so today I'm going to be showing you how to build this fully automatic cobblestone bridge generator, and I believe this is the first ever fully automatic one. I have seen ones where you have to hold down the place lava button, and you'll keep placing it and collecting it, but this is the first fully automatic, which means you don't need to even be near the contraption for it to be running. And this is especially useful because you can have multiple running, like I have right here. And so it looks like it's a bulky thing, but all this stuff around here is just a timing circuit because it takes the lava a little bit of time to start flowing. And then once it starts flowing, this dispenser up here dispenses water onto it and makes cobblestone. And I haven't had any issues with lag running 3 at a time, so I'm sure you could run quite a few of these at a time, even in a multiplayer survival world, before making the server too laggy. But definitely has some good potential for survival if you have to make big bridges, and it can really speed up the process, and you don't even have to collect the cobblestone yourself because it'll generate it on the spot. So let's get into the tutorial on how to build it. Alright, so the first step in making this machine is this loop on the bottom here, which is basically just a timing circuit for the lava dispenser. And the reason it's so long is so that there's plenty of room for these sections, which are also just timing circuits for the dispensers. So first thing we're going to build is a sort of battery in the back, and that's just going to be an observer going into a piston. And this is going to start, once you update this observer, it'll start the chain reaction, and then at the end, this part will get pulled forward, and it'll continue. This just goes into slime blocks, and then same thing again, and then here a little space, and then here I'm going to use normal blocks because they're only getting pushed, so they don't have to be slime blocks, and it just saves you some slime. So 10 of these. And then the same thing because the piston push limit is 12, so that's 12 blocks there. And then same thing here into 4. And observer, and then a sticky piston facing backwards. And this is to pull other blocks, so another 4 slime blocks here, and then same thing, and this is just going to make the timing better. So the piston will get pulled away, but the slime blocks will stay there, and then slime blocks will get retracted. That'll just add some time. So 5 there. Same thing. And now here you can do just 2, 2, and 2, and then for the last one, 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is it. And just put in the observers. Oops. And then just the same thing all the way going down here. And just one more. Oops, messed up again. And now if I update this observer in the back here, you'll see starts this chain. So that's the timing of the machine done. Now let's get into the lava and water dispensers. Okay, so the next step is to work on this lava dispenser here. And it needs to be powered twice. Once to dispense lava and wants to retract it. And that lava, it's dispensed onto this block so that it will flow into this area here. And then that's where the cobblestone will be made. So it needs to be updated by an observer there, and then it's also gonna get out again by another observer, but this observer will be pushed in later so that it can retract. So that's what this area up here is for. So to do that, just gonna make another extension of this area here, and similar concept, but if you come over here, you'll see all these are just so that there's plenty of time that passes so that the lava will flow. This is actually the shortest time that you can make it, because as soon as the lava starts flowing, it gets converted. So you really can't make it any faster than this. And it doesn't really matter how you make these things, but feel free to just copy what I do. And that'll be fine, but there's really no systematic way to do this, so you just kind of put in a slime block, which is attached to a piston and an observer going into it. And then now you do honey blocks so that when they come together, it doesn't stick to an observer or stick to the slime blocks or anything. So that's not really important for this one, but it's important for some later ones, because when these two come together, you don't want these honey blocks and slime blocks to stick to one another. So just continuing this along here, and then just the same thing with slime, and just keep continuing along this pattern. And I'm not going to make you sit through watching me make these, but you get the idea. And basically, in the end, it'll cause this piston over here to push this observer into position and continue the cycle. Alright, so I finished building these little modules here, and I'll pan through them quickly, but you can build these in plenty of ways. All you need is observer facing into a piston, and you just have to make sure that slime blocks or honey blocks don't have an observer behind them, because they'll get stuck. So let's see what it looks like when it runs. So you can see the lava is dispensed, and as soon as it starts running, it gets retracted. So this running lava will be converted to cobblestone in the next section, where we add in this top water dispensing circuit. Alright, so the last step is to add the water dispensing circuit. So that's this part up here. And I already added this timing circuit here, because it's just same thing as what's going on the bottom, but quickly show each part of it in case you want to copy it exactly. Okay, and notice how here it branches off. So that's the same concept as down here, where it branches off into this part and this long chain here, so that it gets, the dispenser gets powered twice. So here, the water doesn't need much time, so it can be a much shorter circuit. So just get the dispenser in up here on top of this area here where you want to make the cobblestone, and a block of air in between that. And then here, just a normal block there, and in the back, you can put in an observer. So that's going to act the same as this observer does here, and update it, power it for the first time. And then this block here is so that you can add in another observer, only this one this can't be a slime block because you don't want it to be pulled along. This is going to be pulled by this left circuit here, this left machine. So on the right, you can just make a short, basically just a short track to it, so you can update, so you can power the dispenser as soon as possible. And then on the other side, you can waste as much time as possible, pretty much, so that the water has time to start flowing. So here, since these slime blocks aren't interfering with anything, you don't have to use slime block, then honey block. So you can just do double slime here. And then, and remember that all slime blocks can be interchanged with honey blocks as long as you also interchange the honey blocks with slime blocks. Basically, you just need all the honey blocks can either be honey blocks or slime blocks, and then the other blocks just need to be the opposite. And then, so here, the piston that's going to push this is this one, and just get that into normal thing, and there we go. So that is the whole machine done, and it is pretty big, but this could definitely come in handy in survival. So just take a look at how it runs. So you can see it's making cobblestone, slowly forming that bridge, and ready to AFK on wherever you want. Just stand here and ride it into the rest of the world. Just build that bridge. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and that is all.